Ever wonder how one of the most feared fighters in boxing history built his legendary speed, power, and footwork? It wasn't just brutal sparring or endless hours in the gym. One of Mike Tyson's most powerful training tools was a jump rope. That's right, no fancy machines, no high-tech programs, just a rope, the will to win, and the grit to keep going when it burned. Today, we're breaking down exactly how Mike Tyson used the jump rope to forge a championship body, and how you can use the same tool to boost strength, agility, and total body conditioning wherever you are, whether you're training in your garage, your living room, or out on the pavement. This is how champions are built. Let's break it down step by step. 1. The power of the rope. Mike Tyson's training regimen was the stuff of legend. And the jump rope? It wasn't just a warm-up. It was a cornerstone. Tyson didn't waste time with fluff. His sessions were sharp, explosive, and relentlessly effective. He didn't just jump rope. He owned it. From basic jumps to intense variations like squat jumps and double unders, the rope became a tool to forge both mental toughness and physical dominance. The result? Lightning-fast feet, an iron core, and knockout power. And you don't need a ring or a gym to start. Just a rope, some space, and the will to improve. 2. Tyson's jump rope techniques. Let's talk technique. Mike Tyson didn't just bounce up and down. His jump rope sessions were strategic. Here are some of his go-to moves and why they mattered. Squat jumps. Tyson combined rope jumping with deep squats, exploding upward on every rep. This fired up the glutes, quads, and hamstrings, building the kind of leg power that could chase down opponents in the ring. It also torched calories. A single minute could leave you gassed and grinning. High knees. Lifting the knees up to chest level while jumping builds explosive core strength and cardio endurance. Tyson used this drill to mimic the dynamic effort of combat. It's tough, but the payoff? Next level agility, double unders. This one's a classic. Spin the rope twice on every jump. It demands coordination, speed, and timing. Tyson used this to challenge his rhythm and footwork under fatigue, because in the ring, timing is everything. And the best part? These techniques work, even if you're not a pro athlete. Whether you're a desk worker, a weekend warrior, or someone just getting started, these moves scale to you. 3. Mastering form and avoiding injury. Jumping rope might look simple, but it's easy to mess up. And poor form leads to sore knees, strained calves, and even burnout. So let's make sure your foundation is solid. Keep your elbows close to your body. Rotate the rope with your wrists, not your arms. Land softly on the balls of your feet with a slight knee bend. Don't jump too high, just enough to clear the rope. Pro tip: start slow. Record yourself. Use a mirror. Feel your rhythm. Let it flow. And if your shins are on fire, don't ignore it. Ease off. Foam roll. Stretch those calves and ankles. A few minutes of ankle mobility each day can save your joints and boost your bounce. 4. Picking the right rope. There are a lot of jump ropes out there, but not all ropes are created equal. Let's break it down. Beginner? Go for a beaded rope or a licorice-style plastic rope. These are slightly heavier, giving you better feedback as you learn rhythm and control. Want speed? Get a speed rope with ball bearings. Thin cable. Fast rotations. Ideal for double unders and high-intensity intervals. Need more of a challenge? Try a weighted rope. You can get versions with weighted handles or even heavy ropes that work your shoulders, back, and arms. Tyson himself used variations with resistance to make every jump count. Training in tight spaces? Go cordless. Digital jump ropes with weighted handles can simulate the motion without needing room to swing a rope. Just remember, size matters. The rope should reach up to your armpits when you stand on the center. And if you're unsure, get a longer rope and trim it. 5. Beginner to advanced training routines. Now that you've got the tools, let's put them to work. Here's a simple progression from beginner to advanced. Beginner routine. 30 seconds, basic bounce. 30 seconds, rest. Repeat X 5 rounds. Do this 3 times a week and add 1 round every week. Keep it easy. Focus on form. Let your body adapt. Intermediate routine. 45 seconds, high knees. 30 seconds, rest. 30 seconds, squat jumps. 30 seconds, rest. 30 seconds, double unders or fast bounce. 30 seconds, rest. Repeat X 3 rounds. Advanced routine. 1 minute, squat jumps. 1 minute, high knees. 1 minute, alternating foot. 1 minute, double unders. 1 minute, boxer skip rest 60 to 90 seconds. Repeat for 4 rounds. Warm up? Absolutely. Jumping jacks, arm swings, dynamic stretches. You want to prime your joints and muscles. 5 to 10 minutes is all it takes. Cool down? Yes. Stretch the calves, hips, and shoulders. Breathe deeply. Let your heart rate come down. Your body will thank you. 6. Integrating into functional fitness. Jump rope is more than cardio. It's a full body stimulus. So how do you fuse it into your functional fitness training? Use it as a warm-up. 3 minutes of jumping beats a treadmill stroll, builds heat, fires up your nervous system. Use it between strength sets. Try 30 seconds of rope between squats or push-ups to keep your heart rate elevated and burn fat. Use it in circuits. Pair rope with kettlebell swings, push-ups, lunges, and bear crawls for total body fire. Example circuit, 30 seconds, jump rope. 10 goblet squats, 8 push-ups, 30 seconds, jump rope. 6 kettlebell swings, 10 lunges, rest 1 minute, repeat 3 to 4 rounds. This blend of conditioning and movement is what makes functional fitness powerful and sustainable. 7. Tyson's legacy, your motivation. Mike Tyson didn't just rely on raw talent. He trained like an animal. He respected the process. And that jump rope, it was his secret weapon. It made him faster, sharper, harder to hit, and always ready. And now, it's your turn. This isn't about copying a fighter. It's about becoming your best self. You don't need fancy gear. You don't need a fancy gym. Just a rope and the will to show up. So what are you waiting for? Grab a rope, make a plan, and train like a champion. Your footwork, your stamina, your mindset will never be the same. If you're jumping rope already, drop your favorite variation in the comments. And if you're just starting, tell us how you're building your rhythm. Don't forget to subscribe for more smart, effective fitness that works for real life. Train smart, move better, and jump your way to greatness.